Hello, friends. Welcome to the Everyday English with Alex and Ava podcast, where we learn simple, slow, and clear English for everyday life. Ava, so many people want to improve their English, but they often ask, is practicing every day really necessary? How does daily practice make a difference for beginners?
Absolutely, Alex. Research shows that frequent, short practice sessions help your brain create stronger language connections. Think of it like watering a plant every day. The more you nurture it, the faster it grows. Practicing just 10 minutes daily beats an hour once a week.
That makes a lot of sense. So, even if someone only has time for a few phrases or a short story, it still helps them progress?
Exactly. Consistency is key. Even repeating simple sentences daily helps with pronunciation and memory. Over time, these small steps add up to big improvements, just like adding bricks to build a strong wall.
Let's transition to listening. Why do experts often say that listening is the foundation of learning a language, especially for beginners?
Great question. Listening helps you absorb the natural sounds, rhythms, and intonation of English. It's similar to how babies learn they hear before they speak. By listening, you subconsciously pick up grammar patterns and vocabulary.
So, would you recommend passive listening, like having English podcasts on in the background, or focused, active listening?
Both are useful, but active listening where you pay attention and try to catch keywords helps more at the start. Later, background listening can reinforce what you know. For beginners, repeating after audio or mimicking phrases is especially valuable.
We shared a simple weekend conversation earlier. How can beginners use these daily activity phrases to improve their listening and understanding?
Everyday conversations are goldmines for learning. For example, went to the park or cleaned my room are phrases you'll hear often. By focusing on these, you create building blocks for real interactions. Listening for context like time, actions, or feelings also helps you guess unknown words.
Are there techniques to make this easier, especially if someone feels overwhelmed by new vocabulary?
Definitely. Start by listening for just one or two key words, then gradually increase. Repeating the conversation multiple times and shadowing speaking along with the audio can boost confidence and comprehension.
Let's dive into practical tips. What are some effective ways for beginners to practice listening on their own every day?
There are many options. Listening to short podcasts or English learner shows is ideal because the language is clear and slow. Subtitled cartoons help you match sounds to words. Starting with slower songs can make learning fun and memorable music sticks in your head.
What about writing down new words? Does that really help with listening skills?
Absolutely. Writing reinforces memory. Each time you hear and write a word, you're linking sound to meaning and spelling. Over time, this makes it easier to recognize words when you hear them again.
Many learners get frustrated when they don't understand everything right away. How important is repetition? And what mindset should beginners have?
Patience is crucial. Even native speakers need to hear new words several times before they remember them. Repetition listening to the same phrase or conversation over and over trains your ear. It's like learning a song. The more you hear it, the easier it becomes.
So it's normal not to understand everything at first. Is there a way to measure progress with listening?
Yes, set small goals like catching 3 new words in a podcast. Track how often you recognize these words the next time. Progress may feel slow, but every new word you catch is a win.
Moving on to speaking, many listeners feel nervous practicing alone. Is it really possible to improve speaking skills without a conversation partner?
Absolutely. Speaking out loud, even to yourself, trains your mouth and brain to work together. Think of athletes who practice moves in front of a mirror. Language learners can do the same. Recording yourself and listening back is like a coach giving feedback.
That's a helpful analogy. Does this method work for pronunciation too, or just for building sentences?
It helps both. When you speak and listen to your recording, you notice sounds that need improvement. Over time, you'll hear yourself getting clearer, which builds confidence for real conversations.
Can you share daily routines that make speaking practice easy for beginners, something they can stick to?
Sure. Try describing your morning routine in English every day like I brush my teeth or I eat breakfast. Speaking in front of a mirror builds fluency and makes practice less intimidating. Even 5-minute daily creates momentum.
What about involving friends or using technology?
Both are great. Finding a language partner, even online, creates accountability. Using voice recording apps lets you track progress. Repeating podcast phrases aloud also gives you real-life practice, especially if you mimic intonation.
Now let's discuss reading. Why are simple stories so effective for building vocabulary and understanding sentence structure?
Stories put new words in context, making them easier to remember. For example, seeing Emma eats eggs and toast helps you understand both the vocabulary and how sentences are built. It's like seeing puzzle pieces fit together instead of learning random words.
Is it better to read out loud or silently?
Reading out loud is best for beginners. It connects reading, listening, and speaking skills. Plus, you hear yourself using English, which makes it stick.
What practical reading strategies do you recommend for beginners to make the most of their learning time?
Start with children's books or graded readers. They use basic vocabulary and repeat key phrases. Use your finger to follow each word, which helps focus. Watching videos with English subtitles is another way to connect spoken and written language.
How often should someone review the same story or text?
Repetition is powerful. Reading the same text several times, especially out loud, helps you remember phrases and notice new grammar patterns. Each time you read, you'll understand more.
Let's wrap up by talking about motivation. Learning a language is a long journey. How can beginners stay motivated and see their progress?
Celebrate small wins. Answering 3 questions in English, reading a story out loud, or remembering a new phrase are achievements. Tracking progress in a journal or recording short audio diaries lets you look back and see improvement. Sharing your goals with friends also keeps you accountable.
That's encouraging. Any final advice for someone who feels stuck or discouraged?
Remember, everyone learns at their own pace. Set realistic goals, practice a little each day, and don't be afraid to make mistakes. Progress isn't always fast, but every effort adds up. You're building a lifelong skill. If you liked this episode, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel.